So what brings you both to Cannes?
I mean, I'm here today just for this, amazing experience. This is my first time here, so obviously it's a great opportunity for me to meet a lot of people, kind of get my name in the businesses that I don't really talk to as much, and kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I'm just really excited to be here.
Awesome. How about you, Andy?
I think it's all about learning about what there is out in culture and sports and community, and you have an opportunity to meet with some of the best CMOs and best agencies in the world, and they give you an opportunity to just pause and reset and really look at just everything that's out there and see the brands and the agencies that are leading and winning.
Awesome. And so speaking of brands that are leading and winning, CAVA has such a great history, specifically in the NIL space. Can you talk a little bit about how you think about those partnerships and what role they play in the brand building that you're doing?
Absolutely. So we look for athletes that really personify our values, that bring heart, health, and humanity to food. We're not looking for the biggest, best superstar always. I think we look for people who can really relate with us as a brand, and certainly learn a lot from athletes too. We're really a big believer in women's college sports, and they have an opportunity to just really define the space and really lead with intention. And so from an NIL perspective, we really want people who can grow with us. Awesome.
And how are you thinking about the opportunities within women's sports?
It's massive. It's massive. I think one of the coolest things about women's sports is they set their own direction. They don't need to wait for someone to follow. And it's so incredible to see brands and how they're really putting money, putting content, and really leading with intention. You'll hear me say that a lot. I think that when you partner with any athlete, any celebrity, it has to be intentional. It has to be great for both parties, and it's not just a check the box. It's really a true partnership, and it's something that can be really special.
Fab. And Lauren, as you think about partnerships, obviously you're a college athlete. What kind of brand partners are you looking for at this stage in your career?
Yeah, I think for me, obviously, it's my last year of college and going to the draft the year after that. So just
exciting!
Yeah, thank you. So I think for me, I really look for genuine connections, someone like you said, like just very meaningful to me. And I think long term, obviously, I think, like you said, I don't really want to like check just to, list off or box off the list, just making sure that I feel like I'm genuinely getting something out of it and that there's something that we can build off of, I think is really important, and something that, sometimes we miss in college sports. I think that for me, I don't know, I just want to grow within that relationship. So that's really important.
And Andy mentioned brand values and the brand values of CAVA. How do you think about, when brands approach you, matching your personal values with whatever a brand's values might be?
Yeah, I think, that's a conversation to be had, and I think that obviously there's a lot of work that goes into each deal that I make, but obviously I think that it just starts with, having those conversations, and obviously, I think that's just something that's, really valuable to me, and I try to bring to every single deal that I make. So.
And how have you seen kind of NIL change the landscape within college? Obviously, it kind of has happened so fast right in the time that you've kind of been at school.
No, it's unbelievable. I think women's basketball has definitely stepped up its game. I think people are finally starting to recognize the amount of value that we bring, and I think it's just really special, and I'm really grateful to be, in the sport around this time. It's unbelievable, but like I said, I think we're just finally getting the credit that we deserve. There's just so much hard work that goes into our sport, and I think that people are finally starting to see, the value that we bring. And you just have, so much personality. You have so many different type of characters, and I think when people finally start to create those genuine relationships, it just creates something super special.
Yeah, and I love kind of hearing you talk about the personality as maybe a little bit of an untapped opportunity. And we're hearing a lot of people here at Cannes talk about how we can really share the authentic personality of the athletes. So that might be kind of one opportunity that we see more and more in women's sports. Are there other opportunities that you're seeing on the brand side that you think maybe brands aren't kind of leaning into, or there's more opportunity to lean in? And then Lauren, would love to hear from you on the athlete side where you think there could be other opportunities.
I think from a brand perspective, it's, again, we go back to the partnership piece, right? It's not a brand telling an athlete or an influencer to do something that they want. It's really that shared collaboration, and I feel like that's something that these people are creative. They work hard. There's a hard training schedule that is so much rigor, and they bring that same energy and intensity to pushing out content and again, that authentic relationship with the brand is super important. So that's one of the beautiful pieces of, I think, the NIL is, a lot of these individuals, they grew up with a camera or a phone.
Right.
And so,
Right.
it's a different generation, and they're very passionate about sharing the story about their life and how they got there, and some of the struggles that they faced along the way. And I think it's natural, it's perseverance, and it really is a true example of what brands can be and what their partners can look like too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think obviously every single athlete, and I talk about this a lot, has their own journey to
Right.
how they've gotten here. And I think that's really special to have deals. And I've had a few where they just really capture the story of like how I grew up, how I got here. And I think that's always been really meaningful and genuine to me. But I think obviously like a lot of us have like, hobbies and things we like to do outside of basketball. So I think
Right.
it'd be really cool for, brands to finally try to like, kind of push, us a little bit and try to get us out of our comfort zone and maybe help us branch out and try to do things outside of like our day-to-day. I think that'd be really cool to see as well.
One of the things we've heard a little bit here is this idea of being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Does that kind of resonate with you as an athlete and as you're thinking about what's coming up next?
For sure. I have uncomfortable every day. That's the only way to get better. So.
And how about you, Andy, on the brand side?
I like being uncomfortable. I think it's about placing small bets, staying true to yourself as a brand, but also knowing when you need to lean in and don't be afraid of failing. And if you fail fast and you learn from it, you can come back up quicker and faster and better. And so I'm a true believer of that.